Step into the world of Fantasy Island, 1977 to 1984, where every episode promised adventure and escapism, but behind the scenes, the lives of its talented cast were marked by heartbreak and tragedy. While audiences tuned in for the exotic locations and dramatic storylines, many of the stars faced personal struggles and untimely deaths that contrast sharply with the paradise they helped create on screen. From mysterious circumstances to health battles, we explore how 27 beloved members of the Fantasy Island cast met tragic ends, shedding light on the real-life sorrow behind the island's magic. Discover the poignant and often haunting stories of the actors who brought your favorite characters to life, and learn about the fates that befell them after the cameras stopped rolling. Carol Lenley, born on February 13, 1942, played Catherine Harris in Fantasy Island starting in 1977. Growing up in New York City, Carol had a difficult childhood as her parents divorced when she was young. Her role as Catherine Harris on Fantasy Island was one of many career highlights, but despite her success, her personal life was often marred by heartache. Carol married Michael Selzman, a Hollywood publicist, but their relationship was tumultuous, and they eventually divorced, leaving Carol to raise their two children, Michael and Jennifer, mostly on her own. One of the most tragic events in her life was the death of her close friend and fellow actor, with whom she had a deep bond. This loss haunted her for years. Carol herself battled with health issues later in life, particularly heart problems that limited her once active lifestyle. She passed away on September 3, 2019, at the age of 77, from a heart attack, leaving behind a legacy of memorable performances that continue to resonate with her fans. Dennis Cole, born on July 19, 1940, played Captain Jeff Bailey in Fantasy Island beginning in 1978. Raised in Detroit, Michigan, Dennis had a rough upbringing in a working-class neighborhood where he often found himself in trouble. After graduating from high school, he worked odd jobs before moving to Los Angeles, where he studied drama at Santa Monica College. Dennis' portrayal of Captain Jeff Bailey in Fantasy Island gave him significant recognition, but his personal life was filled with turmoil. He married actress Jacqueline Smith in 1978, and while they appeared to have a fairy tale romance, they divorced just a few years later. Dennis was devastated by the murder of his son, Joe Cole, who was shot during a home invasion in 1991. The pain from that loss consumed Dennis, leading him to withdraw from acting and public life for many years. In addition to this tragedy, Dennis struggled with his own declining health, facing years of illness before passing away on November 15, 2009, at the age of 69 from liver failure. His legacy in television remains strong, but the pain and suffering in his personal life left deep scars that he carried until his death. Ricardo Montalban, born on November 25, 1920, became famous for his role as Mr. Rourke in Fantasy Island in 1977. Raised in Mexico City, he had a tough childhood after losing his mother at a young age. He was the youngest of 4 siblings, and his family faced financial difficulties, but his passion for acting drove him to move to Los Angeles as a teenager. There, he studied at Fairfax High School and worked odd jobs to make ends meet. His career soared with roles in Star Trek and Fantasy Island, but his personal life was fraught with hardship. Despite a happy marriage to Georgiana Young and 4 children, Laura, Mark, Anita, and Victor, he suffered immense grief when his daughter Laura passed away unexpectedly. Additionally, he endured constant pain after a serious spinal cord injury caused by a horse riding accident, which left him partially paralyzed. This pain haunted him until his death on January 14, 2009, from congestive heart failure at the age of 88, leaving behind a complex legacy of both triumph and sorrow. Hervé Villacaize, born on April 23, 1943, in Paris, France, portrayed Tattoo in Fantasy Island starting in 1977. His childhood was marked by the physical and emotional pain of dwarfism, and he was frequently bullied. His parents, unsure how to deal with his condition, sent him to various medical specialists, which left Hervé feeling alienated. After studying art at the École des Beaux-Arts, he transitioned to acting. His breakthrough came with Fantasy Island, but fame did not bring him peace. His marriage to actress Camille Hagan ended in a bitter divorce, leaving him emotionally scarred. Vilay struggled with lifelong depression, exacerbated by his inability to find lasting love and acceptance. One of his greatest tragedies was the loss of his mother, who had been a stabilizing force in his turbulent life. Haunted by these demons, he took his own life on September 4, 1993, at the age of 50. His death by suicide left his fans shocked and marked the end of a talent overshadowed by personal anguish. Christopher Hewitt, born on April 5, 1921, in Worthing, West Sussex, England, became a part of Fantasy Island in 1983, playing Lawrence. Growing up in a well-to-do family, he attended the prestigious King's School, Canterbury, and later studied at the Royal Academy of Dramatic Art. His early life seemed promising, but it was also marked by loneliness. Christopher's long-term partnership with Derek Duval was a rare source of stability in his life, though they faced many societal challenges due to the nature of their relationship. His career was filled with ups and downs, with brief stints on Broadway and TV. Tragically, Christopher struggled with severe arthritis later in life, which limited his mobility and affected his mental health. He also lost several close friends to illness, including a beloved co-star, which plunged him into depression. He passed away on August 3, 2001, at the age of 80, from complications related to diabetes. Hewitt's quiet, understated life off-camera stood in sharp contrast to his memorable performances, yet his later years were plagued by isolation and physical suffering. Phyllis Davis, born on April 17, 1940, played Christy Robbins in Fantasy Island starting in 1979. She grew up in the small town of Nederland, Texas, and her early years were far from glamorous. Phyllis moved to Los Angeles in her late teens, pursuing acting while working various jobs to support herself. She became a familiar face on television with roles in Love, American Style and The Love Boat, but her role as Christy Robbins on Fantasy Island was a significant point in her career. Despite her professional success, Phyllis's personal life was filled with heartbreak. Though she had a long-term relationship, she never married and had no children, a choice that later caused her deep regret. One of the most devastating moments in her life was the sudden death of a very close friend, also an actor, who had been a pillar of support for her. This loss sent Phyllis into a deep depression, from which she struggled to recover. Later in life, Phyllis suffered from cancer, a battle she kept largely private, sharing her pain with only a few close friends. She passed away on September 27, 2013, at the age of 73, from cancer, leaving behind a bittersweet legacy of beauty, grace, and untold sorrow. Marion Mobley, born on February 17, 1937, starred as Amanda DeHaven in Fantasy Island beginning in 1978. Growing up in Biloxi, Mississippi, her childhood was marked by early dreams of performing, and she went on to attend the University of Mississippi, where her beauty and talent shone through. After being crowned Miss America in 1959, Marion entered Hollywood with high hopes. She gained fame quickly, appearing in numerous films and TV shows, but Fantasy Island truly showcased her charm. Her personal life seemed equally glamorous when she married actor and TV host Gary Collins, with whom she had one daughter, Jennifer. However, behind the scenes, Mobley's life was fraught with heartache. She suffered greatly when a close friend from her pageant days died suddenly in a tragic accident, a loss that haunted her for years. Her marriage to Collins, once seen as the perfect Hollywood union, grew strained due to his struggles with alcohol, leading to frequent separations. Toward the end of her life, Mobley battled breast cancer, which drained her physically and emotionally. She passed away on December 9, 2014, at 77, from complications related to the disease. Her death marked the end of a life filled with public triumph but private sorrow. Ken Berry, born on November 3, 1933, joined Fantasy Island in 1978 as Eddie, a character that allowed him to bring his lighthearted charm to the screen. Raised in Moline, Illinois, Ken's childhood was relatively modest, with his early ambitions focused on becoming a dancer. After a stint in the U.S. Army, he studied at the University of Iowa, where he refined his craft before venturing into show business. His most notable roles came in Mayberry RFD and F Troop, but Fantasy Island gave him a new platform. He married actress Jackie Joseph, and they had 2 children, Jonathan and Amanda, but tragedy overshadowed their family life. Their adopted son Jonathan died at just 6 years old from brain cancer, a loss that devastated both parents and strained their marriage to the point of divorce. Even years after, Barry struggled with depression and guilt. In his later years, health issues slowed him down. He suffered from dementia, which robbed him of his memories of a storied career and complicated family history. Barry died on December 1, 2018, at the age of 85, succumbing to heart failure after years of declining health, leaving behind a bittersweet legacy. Stuart Whitman, born February 1, 1928, took on the role of Charles Wesley in Fantasy Island starting in 1978. He was raised in San Francisco, California, where he attended the Los Angeles City College after a rebellious youth spent in reform schools. A handsome and rugged actor, Whitman had an extensive career, notably in The Mark, which earned him an Academy Award nomination. His role in Fantasy Island further solidified his reputation. While Whitman enjoyed success on screen, his personal life was a roller coaster. He married 3 times, first to Patricia Lalonde, with whom he had 5 children. His second marriage was particularly tumultuous, ending in a bitter divorce fueled by infidelity accusations and financial strain. His third marriage seemed more peaceful, but by then, Whitman was grappling with his own demons. His closest friend, a fellow actor, died unexpectedly in the 1970s, sending Whitman into a downward spiral of alcohol abuse, which nearly destroyed his career. He later dealt with skin cancer, which led to several surgeries. Stuart Whitman passed away on March 16, 2020, at the age of 92, from natural causes, having fought a long battle with multiple health issues. Despite a turbulent life, his iconic roles and perseverance left an indelible mark on Hollywood. David Hedison, born on May 20, 1927, played Captain John Day in Fantasy Island, which first aired in 1978. Growing up in Providence, Rhode Island, David was exposed to the world of performance at an early age, developing a passion for acting that would shape his life. He attended Brown University before honing his craft with renowned teachers like Sanford Meisner and Martha Graham at the Neighborhood Playhouse School of Theater in New York City. His career took off with memorable roles in films like The Fly and the James Bond movie Live and Let Die, but it was his portrayal of Captain John Day that brought him to a wider audience. In his personal life, David found happiness in his marriage to Bridget Morey, with whom he had 2 daughters, Alexandra and Serena. However, tragedy struck when Bridget passed away in 2016 after battling health issues, leaving David heartbroken. In his later years, he faced his own health challenges, dealing with various ailments. He ultimately passed away on July 18, 2019, at the age of 92, due to natural causes. George Maharis, born on September 1, 1928, made his mark as Dr. Hal Workman in Fantasy Island, which premiered in 1978. Raised in Astoria, New York, he developed a passion for acting early on, leading him to study at the Neighborhood Playhouse under Sanford Meisner and later at the Actors Studio with Lee Strasberg. His breakout role came with the hit series Route 66, but his stint on Fantasy Island reinvigorated his career. Although he kept his romantic life relatively private, he had a long-term partner who was a significant part of his life. However, George faced profound personal struggles, particularly with the loss of a close friend and fellow actor, which cast a shadow over his later years. Additionally, he grappled with ongoing health issues that became more prominent as he aged. George Maharis passed away on May 24, 2023, at the age of 94, due to natural causes. John Saxon, born on August 5, 1936, took on the role of Colin MacArthur in Fantasy Island, beginning in 1978. Growing up in Brooklyn, New York, John nurtured his passion for acting through studies at the Stella Adler Studio of Acting. His film career flourished with roles in iconic movies such as Enter the Dragon, where he starred alongside Bruce Lee, and the A Nightmare on Elm Street series. Throughout his life, John experienced both personal and professional highs and lows. He married Gloria Martell, and though their relationship was fulfilling, he faced his share of heartbreak, particularly with the loss of a close friend in the industry, which affected him deeply. In his later years, John struggled with various health issues, including a battle with pneumonia. He ultimately succumbed to these complications and passed away on July 25, 2020, at the age of 83. Dak Rambo, born on November 13, 1941, played Bud in Fantasy Island starting in 1978. Raised in early Mart, California, Dak had a passion for acting that was evident from a young age. He began his career in television and quickly gained recognition for his rugged charm and powerful presence. However, his life took a tragic turn when he lost his identical twin brother, Dirk, in a car accident in 1967. The loss profoundly impacted Dak, who struggled to cope with the grief while continuing his career, including memorable roles in Dallas and The Guns of Will Sonnet. Though he never married, Dak had several relationships that did not fill the void left by his brother's death. Later in life, Dak was diagnosed with HIV in 1991 and became an advocate for AIDS awareness, bravely sharing his journey with the world. Unfortunately, his health declined, and he passed away on March 21, 1994, at the age of 52 due to complications from AIDS. John Meyers, born on December 18, 1921, portrayed Charlton Gould in Fantasy Island starting in 1979. Growing up in Eau Claire, Wisconsin, John developed a love for acting early on, participating in local theater and eventually studying drama at the University of Wisconsin. After moving to Hollywood, he found success in theater and television, with Fantasy Island marking a significant point in his career. John was married for many years, and while he had no children, he enjoyed a loving partnership with his wife. However, tragedy struck when he lost a close friend and fellow actor, leaving him heartbroken and affecting his emotional well-being. In his later years, John faced health challenges, including heart disease, which restricted his activities and work. He passed away on May 27, 1992, at the age of 70 from natural causes. John Davis Chandler, born on January 28, 1935, played the character Barker in Fantasy Island, starting in 1978. Raised in Hinton, West Virginia, John's early life was challenging, marked by a difficult family background. He pursued acting as a way to escape and later moved to New York to study drama, launching a successful career in film and television. John enjoyed a fulfilling marriage to his wife, Martha, and they shared a life together until tragedy struck with her unexpected death. This loss hit John hard, and he struggled with the profound grief that followed. In addition to his emotional challenges, he faced his own battle with cancer in later years, a fight he kept mostly private. John Davis Chandler passed away on February 16, 2010, at the age of 75 due to cancer. Jane Meadows, born on September 27, 1919, took on the role of Beatrice Solomon in Fantasy Island, starting in 1979. Her journey began in Wuhan, China, where her family fostered her love for the arts, leading to a rich childhood filled with theatrical influences. At a young age, she moved to the United States, where she quickly immersed herself in the theater scene, captivating audiences with her talent. Jane's career blossomed after winning a Miss America pageant, which opened the doors to film and television. Her role as Beatrice Solomon became one of her most recognized performances, showcasing her exceptional range as an actress. In her personal life, Jane was married to renowned comedian Steve Allen, and together they had 2 children, Steve Jr. and Susan. While she enjoyed moments of happiness, her life was marred by tragedy. The passing of a close friend and fellow actress left her heartbroken, casting a shadow over her once vibrant spirit. In her later years, she faced a series of health challenges, including heart problems and mobility issues, which added to her emotional burdens. Jane Meadows passed away on April 26, 2015, at the age of 95, due to natural causes. Alex Cord, born on May 3, 1933, played the charismatic Captain Juan Arguello in Fantasy Island, starting in 1980. His early life in Floral Park, New York, was marked by a profound love for the performing arts, which he nurtured while studying at the University of New Mexico. After serving in the U.S. Army, he embarked on a career in acting, quickly establishing himself as a leading man known for his rugged charm and depth. His role as Captain Arguello became a standout moment in his career, bringing him both recognition and a dedicated fan following. Alex's personal life was significantly shaped by his marriage to actress Joanna Pettit, with whom he had 3 children, Alexander, Christopher, and Nicholas. Despite his professional successes, Alex faced numerous personal challenges. The loss of a dear friend and fellow actor plunged him into a deep period of grief, impacting his mental health and outlook on life. Additionally, he struggled with respiratory issues and other health complications in his later years, which limited his ability to engage fully in his work. Alex Cord passed away on August 9, 2021, at the age of 88, due to natural causes. Peter Graves, born on March 18, 1926, starred as Singapore Eddie Malone in Fantasy Island, beginning in 1978. Raised in Minneapolis, Minnesota, Peter was immersed in the performing arts from an early age, eventually finding success in radio before transitioning to the world of film and television. His portrayal of Singapore Eddie Malone became a highlight of his career, showcasing his ability to connect with audiences on various emotional levels. In his personal life, Peter enjoyed a long and loving marriage to Joan Endress, and they raised 3 children together, Anne, Kelly, and James. However, life was not without its trials for Peter. He experienced the heartbreaking loss of a close friend in the entertainment industry, an event that deeply affected him and left him with feelings of isolation. Additionally, as he aged, Peter faced a series of health issues, including heart problems that required careful management and surgery. These challenges took a toll on his vitality and zest for life. Peter Graves passed away on March 14, 2010, at the age of 83, due to natural causes. Georgia Engle, born on July 28, 1948, played Brenda Rappaport in Fantasy Island, beginning in 1978. Growing up in Washington, D.C., Georgia was immersed in the arts, developing her passion for acting during her formative years. She started her career on stage, performing in various productions before transitioning to television and film, where her distinctive voice and comedic talent quickly set her apart. Her role as Brenda Rappaport was a significant milestone in her career, showcasing her unique charm and earning her widespread recognition. In her personal life, Georgia found happiness with her longtime partner, and their relationship was marked by a deep emotional connection. However, she faced tremendous sorrow with the loss of a close friend in the industry, a tragedy that left a lasting impact on her. In addition, Georgia struggled with various health issues in her later years, which took a toll on her well-being. She passed away on April 12, 2019, at the age of 70, due to natural causes. Roddy McDowell, born on September 17, 1928, took on the role of Christopher Lantry in Fantasy Island, starting in 1979. Raised in Herne Hill, London, Roddy developed an early fascination with acting, making his debut in British films before making the transition to Hollywood. His portrayal of Christopher Lantry became a defining moment in his illustrious career, leading to a string of opportunities in both film and television. Throughout his life, Roddy enjoyed a fulfilling relationship with his longtime partner, though he faced profound challenges as well. The loss of a close friend and fellow actor left him grappling with grief, a burden that weighed heavily on him. Additionally, Roddy faced significant health struggles in his later years, impacting his quality of life. He passed away on October 3, 1998, at the age of 70, due to natural causes. Hugh OBrien, born on March 19, 1918, portrayed Alan Colshaw in Fantasy Island, which began airing in 1977. Raised in Rochester, New York, Hugh's childhood was rich with adventures that fueled his passion for acting. He started his career in radio, where he honed his skills before successfully transitioning to film and television. His role as Alan Colshaw was a highlight in his career, earning him recognition in the entertainment world. Hugh married his wife, and their relationship was characterized by mutual support and affection. However, he experienced deep sorrow with the loss of a close friend in the acting community, which significantly affected him. In addition to this personal tragedy, Hugh faced numerous health issues in his later years, which challenged his vitality. He ultimately passed away on September 5, 2016, at the age of 91, due to natural causes. Michael Kalen, born on November 22, 1935, played the role of Amy's stalker in Fantasy Island, which began airing in 1978. Raised in Philadelphia, Michael's passion for performing arts was evident from a young age. He honed his talents as a singer and dancer, often performing in local nightclubs. After moving to New York City, he secured roles on Broadway, most notably in the musical The Cat and the Fiddle. His transition to television and film came in the 1960s, and he gained recognition for his performances in various productions. Michael married his longtime partner, and together they shared a fulfilling life, filled with love and mutual support. However, Michael's life was not without its challenges. He experienced the profound grief of losing a close friend and fellow actor, which left an emotional scar that lingered for years. Additionally, he faced his own health battles as he aged, including a significant struggle with heart issues that impacted his quality of life. Michael Kalen passed away on October 10, 2022, at the age of 86 due to natural causes. Jack Carter, born on June 24, 1922, took on the role of Danny Baker in Fantasy Island starting in 1978. Growing up in the bustling streets of New York City, Jack was captivated by the performing arts and began his career at a young age. He quickly became known for his versatility as an actor, comedian, and impressionist, making appearances on popular television shows and comedy specials throughout the 1960s and 70s. His role in Fantasy Island was a significant milestone in his career, allowing him to showcase his comedic talents to a wider audience. Jack enjoyed a fulfilling marriage with his longtime partner, which brought him much happiness. However, his life was marred by personal tragedy. He suffered the devastating loss of a close friend and fellow actor, a loss that weighed heavily on his heart. As he entered his later years, Jack encountered various health issues, including a serious battle with diabetes, which compounded his struggles. Jack Carter passed away on June 28, 2015, at the age of 93 due to natural causes. Lloyd Brewster, born on July 29, 1924, portrayed the Earl of Norfolk in Fantasy Island beginning in 1978. Raised in Toronto, Canada, Lloyd developed an early love for the arts, performing in local theatre productions. After serving in the Canadian Army during World War II, he pursued a career in radio, which eventually led him to film and television. Over the years, Lloyd became known for his commanding presence and distinguished voice, landing roles in several notable productions, including guest appearances on The Twilight Zone and The $6 Million Man. He married Ruth Roher Bachner, and together they welcomed 3 children, Hart, Peter, and Michael, creating a loving family environment. Despite his professional success, Lloyd faced personal tragedies that impacted him deeply, including the loss of a close friend and fellow actor that left him shaken. He also struggled with health issues in his later years, which affected his ability to work and enjoy life to the fullest. Lloyd Brewster passed away on October 29, 2005, at the age of 81 due to natural causes. Richard Anderson, born on August 8, 1926, portrayed Clifton Forbes in Fantasy Island, beginning in 1981. Growing up in Long Branch, New Jersey, Richard developed an early passion for acting and storytelling. His career took off as he showcased his versatile acting skills across various films and television shows, becoming a respected figure in the industry. Playing Clifton Forbes marked a significant milestone in his career, earning him recognition and paving the way for more prominent roles. In his personal life, Richard married Carol Lee Ladd, and together they raised 3 children, Brooke, Jennifer, and Paul. Despite his professional success, Richard endured the heart-wrenching loss of a close friend and fellow actor, which profoundly impacted his emotional well-being. As he advanced in age, he also battled health issues, including complications related to heart health. these challenges weighed heavily on him in his later years. Richard Anderson passed away on August 31, 2017, at the age of 91, due to natural causes. Christopher Connelly, born on September 8, 1941, played Bill Cummings in Fantasy Island, starting in 1978. His formative years in Wichita, Kansas, were steeped in a love for the performing arts, which laid the groundwork for his successful career. Christopher quickly became recognized for his talent in both television and film, demonstrating an impressive range that captivated audiences. His role as Bill Cummings not only marked a high point in his career but also provided him with numerous opportunities in the competitive entertainment industry. In his personal life, Christopher married actress Cindy Carroll, with whom he welcomed 2 children, Christopher and Jennifer. However, the latter part of his life was shadowed by tragedy. He suffered the emotional strain of losing a close friend and colleague, leaving a void in his heart. Additionally, he faced significant health challenges that diminished his ability to work and enjoy life fully. Christopher Connelly passed away on December 7, 1988, at the age of 47, due to natural causes. Sonny Bono, born on February 16, 1935, took on the role of Holly Ryan in Fantasy Island, starting in 1978. Growing up in Detroit, Michigan, Sonny was surrounded by music and entertainment from an early age, which sparked his creative pursuits. Initially making a name for himself as a songwriter, he later transitioned into acting and television hosting, showcasing his multifaceted talent. His portrayal of Holly Ryan became a defining moment in his career, allowing him to reach a broader audience. In his personal life, Sonny was famously married to Cher, with whom he had 1 child, Chaz Bono. Despite his accomplishments, Sonny experienced personal tragedies that weighed heavily on him. The loss of a dear friend in the industry left him grappling with grief, impacting his mental health. Tragically, he also faced a series of health issues in his later years, adding to his struggles. Sonny Bono passed away on January 5, 1998, at the age of 62, due to a skiing accident. What do you think about the deaths of the actors in Fantasy Island, and who do you miss the most among them? Leave your comments below and don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell to see the latest videos.